So I don't understand the part of us that reincarnates, the ego or the personality, the part of us that reincarnates. Where the soul is still in heaven, isn't it? And I guess I don't understand.
It depends. The soul can also be in hell.
Okay. Yeah, so the ego, the personality just controls where the soul goes. It makes a mistake and the soul just has to go along sort of as a prisoner, or does the soul make some decisions there?
Okay. If the soul is stronger, if you have access to the higher level of the soul, the soul in different levels, it's a continuation of soul. It's not like the soul just sitting somewhere. Yes. So this soul can be accessed to, if the mind wants it. But the mind is always going between. Don't let you access to your higher self. So if you practice Kuan Yin method, then even though your personality is still almost the same, your ego probably get less, and the mind will be more subdued, and then the soul can be connected together from different levels, not like choppy from the fifth and then chop and then the fourth and chop and no connection, no whole soul. Yeah, okay?
So what if the ego chooses to do something really, really bad and the soul has to go down into hell?
Yeah.
It's just, the soul is just stuck by the choices of the ego?
Have to, you connect it with the body, so it has to bear consequences. That means the master of the house has no control over the household and has to bear the consequence. You see? Yeah.
So how does it ever come to the point where the ego says, I'm going to start doing practice?
The ego won't ever do that.
Yeah.
You just have to practice more and then learn from experience or from sheer willpower or spiritual power to subdue it, the ego. Then the cell will be gone. The physical cell or the ego cell, we just have no more room to exist in your life. And then the soul will take more control and make better decision, and then better all the time.
So just regular people, not disciples, does their soul influence anything, or is the soul just caught by whatever the ego does?
No, the soul tries to influence all the time. It's just the ego or the habits is, and the mind listen to the ego and the habit. And the soul sometimes have to get out of the body in order to rest from this struggle. That's why you sleep, you're tired. Yeah? If you practice meditation, then it get better all the time. The ego don't always get better with spiritual practice alone. It has to sometimes be trimmed by worldly disaster, a personal disaster and trouble, and by other people, or some unpleasant event, and then you get more humble. That means ego less and less, okay? Therefore, welcome trouble and disaster with open arm. These are the sharp knives to cut off much of your garbage, yeah?